Okay. As today we are going to present our comment or feedback on the class. So I want you to know how to give the feedback fluently or professionally. First, I'm showing the slide. It's here. Share this. Okay. How to give the professional feedbacks by me. Actually, I don't adapt this paper by myself, but from Kokoi A 2017. And if you go by this link, you can see about business news daily. Okay. For give feedbacks, what feedbacks do you think? What do you think about feedback?
Comment something for someone.
Yes, that's the way. It's excellent. Comment something for someone, to someone. Yes. That means that not only for someone, but also for such a thing too. For the work, right? Like to give. There are two big ways of giving feedbacks, right? First, it is negative. A lot of feedbacks are negative, but we have to say in negative way, in positive way. How can we use it? Yeah. So giving feedback fearlessly is the most important, and its impact to everybody, right? Yeah. And this feedback can be scary to give because we can hurt people's feeling, but it can uncomfortable to receive because we are vulnerable. Do you know vulnerable? You are so sensitive. You are so sensitive, and audience member explained. This is the audience member. And then Blake identified two types, right? That is told you. First, it is positive and constructive. How do you think about constructive? Constructive, you know it. You know construction, right? So it's like to be creative or constructive, positive and constructive. So you can see, you can't see negative way, right? This is the same way, positive and constructive. Positive feedback focuses on what we are doing right, okay? It feels gratifying and it affirms our work. มันก็คือทำให้มันงานมันมั่นใจมากขึ้นเนาะใช่ไหม Why it might not always be negative? Yeah. Constructive feedback concentrates on how we can improve what we do. Even we say about your faults, it doesn't mean to blame, okay, or complaining, but it's a way you give the feedback to improve it. That's constructive way. So you can see the word negative here, okay? So we have to place the understanding, the comprehension of the audience that I give you the comment, the negative comment, not to blame on you or not to complain you, but I'm going to help you improve. Okay? Yeah. See. So I try to say this about constructive feedback is the feedback we all think about. Blake emphasized that we want to make this about behaviors. What does it mean? Behaviors. You do it in your habit. Okay? It's your habit. You usually do it. Okay? And then it sounds easier said than done. Do you know this word? It's easier said than done. ถ้าแปลตรงๆมันจะเป็นแบบนั้นแต่อันที่จริงแล้วมันเกือบจะถูกละมันคือ พูดง่ายกว่าทำถูกไหมครับto speak is more to speak is easier than to do. Okay, so a lot of people can comment you badly, but the way that we have to give other encouragement, that's the point we are going to study. And then feedback isn't a personal attack, unless mean if not, of course, the feedback is intended to be taken personally. For negative comment, we should say privately. Okay, it should be said in private area or personally. So in public, we won't say about the negative way. You can comment some bad things, but in positive way. Okay, then there's this difference, though Blake said, between evaluation. You have to evaluate and assess it first, whether we should say this or not. Okay, and escalation does mean to encourage other people. Okay, if you feel unsafe, oh, if I blame on this, you may not be secured about this. Someone will hit me after I speak about their faults, right? Okay, so you don't say. There is something you need to bring to someone, whether it's HR, your manager, or someone in your workplace. This is, she said. Okay, fearless feedback. There are 6 steps to successful constructive criticism. This is by Ardian Kokoy, the person who wrote this paper. Okay, first, be specific. The second, deliver feedback proactively. You have to give, and further, you can do it better. Okay, not like talk about the bad way only, and there's nothing help you to improve it. Okay, so this is very important. And then maybe take a breath. Take a breath. I think like when you speak and you have a pause. Okay, people can think about it, and then check your bias. It's not from your opinion only, okay, but it's from your attitude as well. Do you understand? Opinion is not all the thing you are going to talk about to comment, okay, to comment them, but the attitude from yourself should be neutral, non-biased. Okay, sorry. And then check your bias and invite discussion. Okay, so like when any time I talk to you, I invite discussion of, then we have to follow through. The most important thing is to follow by this or the thing. Okay, I will specify each of 6 items. First, it is be specific. The goal of providing any type of constructive feedback is to change a behavior. The other person won't understand why their behavior is a problem unless you properly articulate. Articulate means you pronounce it, you speak it. The behavior in detail. You speak about the behavior in detail or your habit in detail, right? Keep it focused and actionable. Okay, so that there's a clear path forward. This will be proactive too. Okay, then it's crucial to identify conflicts. Yes, you can say about the conflicts or some faults. Okay, when they first happen. Yeah, especially in crisis event, you have to speak it, but we have to don't hold a grudge. You know this word? ทำให้เกิดความแค้นใจgrudge grudge นี่เวลาฟังมันจะเหมือนกัดฟันกรอดๆ ผมจะจำแบบเนี้ยนะกัดฟันกรอด grudge เนี่ย hold a grudge โอ้ยแค้นใจมากเลยนะ and then which can manifest เสนอให้เจอ itself to and snapping at the other person unintentionally later on เนี่ยบางทีแบบพอมันเป็นปมเนี่ยเขาก็จะแบบรู้สึกไม่ดีตั้งแต่แรกโดยที่เราไม่ได้ตั้งใจถูกไหมครับyou don't วันก่อนนิสิตผมสอนผมก็ไปแบบด่วนๆนะแล้วก็ดูแบบอิดโรยนิด เพราะว่ามีสอนเช้าที่หนึ่งแล้วก็สอนบ่ายที่หนึ่งก็ไปแบบด่วนๆอาจารย์ you look tired yes it's obvious person appearance that you can see but the way we are going to greet other it should be the good word that's why in Thai we say สวัสดี just mean good things like Burmese is มิงกะลาบามินมังคละมงคล we say only good things good morning good afternoon like that we don't say the bad thing first so maybe it's intentional but we have to care about it so we think first it will be better you don't need to see into the future but you need to make sure things you aren't festering for too long maybe it's just a little thing but not foster it to take so long time okay so often the problems we have whether technical or personal technical mean for example when I come here and I can't present well because of the I'm low technological I'm the low technology one so you can blame on that but not personal okay it can be technical or personal wouldn't be such a big deal a big deal yeah big deal it's this is highlighted okay it's a highlighted one and if someone said something the first second or even the fifth time but the seventh time we snap we don't do it anymore we don't go to meet them okay see then take a breath why do we have to take a breath especially when you are going to discuss some very critical very serious event very critical things you may argue your comment your like that and so when you take a breath first someone will think you are trying to concentrate or focus on something and let them take a breath with you okay so when you take a break to take a breath it will help each other this is one way like last time when I want to negotiate about negotiation when you tried your hard and finally they don't agree with you and you take a breath they feel that it's more serious action right yeah it's a good technique that I have taken for a very long time and then first yourself is more is cooler right okay and then you can help the audience to take a deep breath with you too okay don't jump in angry and you're fighting to get you don't say like that and because constructive feedbacks take a lot of energy especially emotional label take time to fully process your thought unless it's an urgent situation write down how do you describe the behavior and read it out loud to yourself when you write it and this is in case of writing especially on email when you comment on someone's work okay when you write in text it can be interpreted in other way okay so you have to be careful on sending message, okay, especially line or some text on technology, social media, this way. And do speak it out. First, we help you. Like me, yesterday I just told my student that when I'm typing, I speak it out too. That I will hear my tone of voice. And another thing is to check whether it wouldn't be ridiculous. It will not be bad for any. Okay. So write down and you will describe the behavior and read it out aloud. Edit as necessary. Okay. When you are going to face-to-face conversation like this, you might not fight each other because you take a breath. And then check your bias. Actually, you know, there are two sides in every story. Your perception of the issue may not match the other person's lived experience. Stated one of the Blake slide, acknowledging your bias can help. The bad way is that someone have super ego, right? Someone has super ego and they don't listen to others. So this is very important for being the manager or the administrator. So when you listen to others carefully, it will help both you and your team to work better, right? Okay, and then something that's very critical is about race, gender, and in time maybe the political sect, political aspect about the government. So this is the taboo. That means you can't say this word in any place, especially on taxi and taxi driver. Okay, for example, in her professional experience, she previously had supervisors make assumption based on her identity, which prevented both of them from communicating effectively. So you have prejudged other by, oh, this person might be bad, so I don't want to talk with her. So after that, you have no good time together, right? Yeah. And then, so 5, invite discussion. You have to let others to invite, to discuss with you. Don't make it on your own, okay? And then, so when someone can speak it out. It will help them, it will help the atmosphere better. Okay, that's good. And then, follow through. That means after the appropriate length of time has passed, evaluate whether the other person's behavior changed. People can understand you more, can sympathize you, and it changed. And yourself have how it changed. Ask yourself how it changed, and then if you addressed or improved their behavior, consider thinking at the right time. Conversely, if the behavior is still occurring, be prepared to own your experience and don't invalidate how you feel. Invalidate means you make it bad. Let it be your side. That means you don't take care about it anymore. Please bring it up and criticize it more. Okay, analyze it more, and then if the thing doesn't go like your way, it doesn't mean it's always wrong. Okay, it's maybe right in some aspect, in some time or some place. Okay, so it depends on occasional, okay, or chance. And so the way you you are going to give the feedback would be like this. And when you read, when you listen to me, it might not be practical. I want you to work as the group comment today. Okay, after one present their comment on this, and how do you feel it? Okay, so I want you to speak 1 or 2, 3 sentences or words like that. Is it okay? Is it okay? Yeah. If it isn't okay, I'm going to say goodbye for you all and practice. Thank you. Okay, that's it. Okay. Stop share. Bye.